Erik Ten Hag is set to discover his United fate very, very soon under Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and that what their plan is gonna be. That's what we're here to discuss in here onto the United Matters channel. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really doing fine. It's a Thursday in my country. I don't know what day it is in your country, but all I can let you know is it's a Thursday down here in my country. 256. Now, Ineos is yet to make a decision on the future of Erik Ten Hag at Manchester United, and this comes in throughout a time where De Zerbi has been linked to replacing Erik Ten Hag. A story that I did and excited very many people on this channel, and others said no, Ten Hag should stay, and there were a little bit of some who said no, De Zerbi should come in through, and Erik Ten Hag should show Man United his back and find elsewhere to thrive at. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If you're really watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Let's see close to 100 likes. Smash on this video, and the rest will leave it up to the Almighty. Now, let's start it off from Laurie Whitwell. Laurie Whitwell is a United correspondent for The Athletic. He has told us the following: that on the pitch, there is no nonsense Ineos is writing off this season. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his team want Man United to qualify for the Champions League because of prestige, but also to help significantly with financial fair play. The tightness of the numbers is why there is so little movement around signings. So Erik Ten Hag has come out and obviously been told this. This is the first set, or the first target that Ineos is going to hate to set with Erik Ten Hag, because meetings are really going in indoor, though publicly Ineos has not going to hate to come out and really speak on the position of Erik Ten Hag. And in the next story I'm going to show you, it's all about when the Ineos side will make a decision onto Erik Ten Hag. Now, for them, they are not ruling out this season, and even the manager Erik Ten Hag is not ruling out this season. If you remember very well, Ten Hag came out and really said that they want to win trophies, and they believe winning trophies is really possible. That's what Ten Hag really said. And it might sound as mad, but if Ten Hag really tightens his boots, in the remaining 17 games of the season, and he obviously scoops points off Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, Newcastle, Aston Villa, and Chelsea, those will be close to 16 points, and he'll be closing in to that side. And trust me, we might find a league that is not even going to see the winner of the league amount close to 85 points. That is it, because these teams are still gonna lose. So United and Ineos are not focusing on winning the trophy. All they want is to get Champions League football, and that is the most important bit of it all. Amidst being no movement in the winter transfer window, no players are really coming in through, the board of Man United is pro getting to the Champions League, because they know if they get to the Champions League, there will be close to 120 million pounds up for grabs. And with the new recruitment being brought in through at the club of Man United, trust me, we are gonna be a different team altogether in the Champions League next season. And that's why Sir Jim Ratcliffe is not ruling out this season. He wants us to qualify for the Champions League, because he knows that he's going to make a very huge movement and a very huge recruitment come the summer of this year. And that's why he wants to use that as a bait to really bring in players to do the needful. This will be a decoy by Man United to get in quality players, because some quality players won't come and join you if at all you're not playing the Champions League. We remember why Darwin Núñez rejected Man United and went to Liverpool, and very many other players, they said no to Manchester United because we were not in the Champions League. And when you are in the Champions League, all is smooth, because it's easy to convince the player. And with Omar Berrada coming in through as the new CEO for the club of Manchester United, that sends a very clear image to the side of Manchester United that they are really ready to work. I have gone ahead to read about what Gary Neville's gone ahead to say about the new recruitment at the club of Man United, and this is very promising. And I'm really excited about how we, the people they called the fun channels, on how we never knew the game of football, and right now things that we are speaking are being spoken by the mainstream. We told you that the problem is not the managers. at Man United. David Moyes was not the problem. Louis van Gaal was not the problem. Jose Mourinho was not the problem. And Solskjaer was not the problem. Ralf Rangnick was not the problem. Erik Ten Hag is not the problem at Man United. The problem are the people at the top, because if you are to operate at a full wavelength, you need to be having people ahead of you who can criticize you and obviously get to know the game of football at the same wavelength like Erik Ten Hag. But if at all they cannot resonate at the same frequency, then it really puts the board in a very inferiority complex, that they'll obviously not come out and really blame the manager when he's doing certain things. Like for us, we've gone ahead to obviously come here and blame the manager on very many things, but I got to know that he's doing that because he's having naive people on the top. If these credible people who know how to run football teams, and they can even explain the systems of play, the patterns, and they can even take part into the training sessions, because the sporting director of Manchester City, Begristan, takes part into the training sessions on a daily basis, and he looks at players and really knows this one is ready to go into the first team. And it was the manager of Man City, that is Pep Guardiola, who came out and really confirmed to us that this guy, Beglistan, the director of football at Manchester City, came out and told him that Bob, that young lad you saw that scored a win against Newcastle, he's ready to go into the first team. That is it. And it was said by Pep Guardiola, meaning that these directors of football will come in through and obviously criticize why Scott McTominay is playing ahead of Amrabat. We need people like that who are going to call Erik Ten Hag in the boardroom and tell him, we think Amrabat should be playing with Casemiro in that midfield, and so on and so forth. And they will tell him maybe sometimes that we believe Amad Diallo should be starting ahead of Anthony. For the little minutes that Amad Diallo is getting, he's obviously making wonders. But for the much minutes that Anthony is getting, he's not doing wonders. They'll tell him sometimes that even your captain shouldn't be starting, because we believe Eriksson is the best number 10 that we have at the club. Why don't you try out Eriksson in that position? Because we believe he has been playing it for the entirety of his career. Such things are why we want to get in these people. And I think Ten Hag now has people that match his level of thinking, and I would love to see to it that we continue with that dream of obviously chasing the Champions League spot. To be in the Champions League, that means we have to complete into the top 4 to be on a sure deal. I know one will say, but Rokani, I had UEFA hinting on the English side bringing in 5 teams. Yeah, 5 teams, but it will depend on the coefficients of these teams, and that has not yet been confirmed. But we'll wait and see at the end of the season on how Premier League teams have gone ahead to perform in the Champions League, because Man United and Newcastle never even crossed to the round of 16. So that puts a very huge question mark on them really getting them in. But I know it's going to be possible, because they need the Premier League teams, because Premier League teams are really huge, and they'll need them to come in through and get the job done and dusted. Then when you look at the top 4, Aston Villa is 4th with 43 points. Manchester United is 11 points behind Aston Villa. I think we can close in. Though we missed out on an opportunity to close in on Tottenham Hotspur by reducing the points that they were ahead of us by 3, and would have gone ahead to be 5 points behind them by now. But all I want to let you know is that stuff will happen and a lot will move in the right direction. Now, concerning Erik Ten Hag again, Laurie Whitwell has told us that once Premier League ratification arrives with early February earmarked, Ineos representatives are expected to speak publicly, including on the Erik Ten Hag future at the club of Manchester United. So, when you look at this, that is, the ratification arrives, the confirmation of the impending approval for the 25% minority stake for Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos at Man United, they will come out and speak publicly about Erik Ten Hag. When you look at the people that Ineos has gone ahead to bring, they've gone ahead to conduct what we call very huge interviews in their careers, as they've gone ahead to obviously manage these teams. Sir Jim Ratcliffe himself will come in through and obviously give you an interview. David Bresford will give you an interview. John Cloud will give you an interview. and he won't be afraid to face the media. Then this other guy, the new CEO, Omar Berada, will also come in through and obviously give you the interview. These are things that we've been lacking as a club of Manchester United. When you look at Barcelona, Deco, who is the director of football, will come out and obviously hold any interview at any time with any media personality because he knows everything at his fingertips about Barcelona. When you look at this other guy, Joan Laporte, the president of Barcelona, he has just gone ahead and defended Xavi today, having gotten knocked out of the Copa del Rey. You know, he comes out and speaks. Now, look at Real Madrid. Florentino Perez will come out and speak. Edu at Arsenal will come out and speak. Kroenke will come out and speak, the owner, because they know what they're talking about. So we are getting in people who are really gonna have a one-on-one interview with huge media houses, and maybe sometimes when they face the fans of Man United, they'll be willing to obviously conduct what we call a very huge dialogue with them. You've seen it with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He has already gone ahead to meet what we call the Manchester United Fan Trust. You know, he has gone ahead to meet them, and they've gone ahead to obviously dissect the plan of Manchester United. You get? And the recent meetings of the Manchester United Fan Trust with the board have seen the Glazers miss out. It has been always John Mata, Darren Fletcher, and Richard Arnold representing. You know? And they couldn't obviously face them in the same hall. They would use Zoom. But Sir Jim Ratcliffe, upon his arrival, he met these fans of Man United, the Fan Trust, and he faced them eyeball to eyeball. That is the beauty that we are getting at the club of Man United. Now, this ratification coming in through will address the future of Erik Ten Hag. And I know Ten Hag is having these 6 months obviously prove himself. And he now knows that he's having people that know the game of football, and he has to obviously improve on how we play. And these people have gone ahead to come in through when injuries are really coming to a decrease, because even Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw are back in the training sessions. You know, now we wait for Tyrell Malacia, Lindelof to come back. Anton Martial is out for 10 weeks. I think him and Man United, it's over, you know. So Ten Hag has nothing to obviously come in here and obviously give in as an excuse. All he has to do is to win very many games. And when he goes ahead to win very many games, these people will come in through and obviously address it as something easy. But I know at the start of their first address, as they confirmed 25% minority stake of Man United, they'll obviously back Erik Ten Hag. That is it. They'll back him because I know the games he's having along the way are really winnable, and his front three has gone ahead to score goals. All we needed is to really seal that back four a little bit. Lisandro Martinez is back, Verhan is back, Casemiro is going to be back. What a way to obviously shield that back four and see to it that Andre Onana keeps keeping clean sheets, because it's only Alisson Becker was going to have to keep more clean sheets than Andre Onana, and Andre Onana has 6, the other one has 7 in the league. So we go to the last story coming in through from Adam Crafton. He is a reporter for The Athletic. He has told us that Man United staff have been informed that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos remit will encompass more than solely football operations, as initially outlined when the petrochemicals firm agreed to purchase a 25% stake at the Premier League club. Now, everyone who thought that it's going to be all about the football operations, that was a lie. They are going to come in with a huge kick, and everyone who doesn't qualify to be part of that kick is going to obviously get out. He's going to be shown what we call the exit door at the club of Manchester United. So that is it, and we anticipate their address on Erik Ten Hag's fate to be revealed soon. So your thoughts on to what we're going to talk about are welcome in the comment section below. Good morning. Rock and David means my name. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. The Christians, we thank God for the gift of life, and we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. We sign out for now. See you later, and remember, on Saturday, United is playing, is it Newport? And today, around lunchtime or evening time, I'm going to bring you what we call my match reaction to that game that is highly anticipated down there. I sign out for now. Bye-bye.